Rtanj is a mountain situated in eastern Serbia, approximately 200 kilometers southeast of Belgrade, between towns of Boljevac on north and Sokopanja on south. The pyramidal shape of Rtanj and its extraordinary energy fields have made many to think it's an ancient pyramid. It's also calculated that Rtanj has the same angle of inclination than the Pyramid of the Moon in Mexico. There has been found 17 caves and underground subways inside the mountain, and there is also a cavity of the rhomboid base on the southern and northwestern sides of the mountain. One more thing which indicates that the pyramid was purposely made by some ancient culture is an enormous 2 kilometers long geoglyph on the southern slope of this mountain. It describes a male with an open mouth like shouting something. There are also some other geoglyphs around there, like this 800 meters long head, also on the southern side of the mountain. This land art may present a lion or another cat. This may be an important clue to find out who made the pyramid and the track with undersea bases to which these pyramids are connected as the coordinates of the track. And when these pyramids were made, this lion head may refer to the age of Leo, like the Sphinx in Giza and lion carvings in Göbekli Tepe. According to mathematics of the Great Pyramid, especially of the King's Chamber, the architect of the Great Pyramid was Enlil, and it's very likely that these ancient advanced Anunnakis, well known and presented in Sumerian texts, built also Rtanj and coordinated maps and flight tracks using these pyramids as landmarks. One more pyramid with Giza and Rtanj that forms the coordinates of the track to the alien undersea bases is Hohenstaufen in Germany. Together with the Rehberg, Staufen and Stofer Frius, it forms the so-called Three Kaiser Mountains. The height of the pyramidal Hohenstaufen is exactly 60 meters, which refers clearly to the Sumerian sexagesimal system with 60 as its base. Now we have the locations of these three pyramids on the map. Here is Giza, here is Rtanj, and here is Hohenstaufen. The lines drawn given by the coordinates limit two areas, one in the Indian Ocean and another in the Norwegian Sea. Let's take a look at the area in the Indian Ocean first. There is one undersea base or an ancient construction which was once located on a microcontinent covered later by water. It has a symmetrical shape and a kind of extension or a belt which seems to be broken now. This belt was possibly used to lock or to attach this construction to something. You see also a round object or attachment with a hole there. This may have been a hole for a tailpipe, for example. It's difficult to estimate when this base has been used or is this an ancient alien craft, but it can be said with confidence that the culture that built the pyramids, most likely the Anunnakis, knew these places and objects, and they were very important to them. There are also giant symbols carved to the seafloor. There seems to be a mouth, then a triangle and a symbol of a ram or Aries. Sumerians called the sun Subat, meaning the ancient sheep or ram. Curiously, the same symbol is carved also at the base in the Norwegian Sea, which was also framed by these pyramidal coordinates, and a Lepenski Vir statue bears the very same symbol. This is really interesting. The Lepenski Vir statue has also a mouth made in a similar fashion as the mouth in the seafloor. The pyramid of Rtanj is located 87 kilometers from the oldest archaeological site of Lepenski Vir, which dates from the Paleolithic era 9500 BC and earlier. Worth noting is also that most of the Lepenski Vir statues seems to look to the sky. It's not impossible that they saw some alien Anunnaki spacecrafts flying above them. These Lepenskis, Danube and Vinca people predated the Sumerian culture and were ancestors of Sumerians. Hungarian language is very similar to ancient Sumerian language as Finnish as well, but especially Hungarian. Rtanj may have been originally Ratan, which means of the track. And here we have this mysterious track. The strong connection between Anunnakis and this early advanced culture becomes evident also in the fact that everything was marked in the shape of the triangle in Lepenski Vir, from the burial of the deceased to the house foundation. The basements of all the houses are circle segments of exactly 60 degrees constructed in the manner of an equilateral triangle. Scientists have discovered a sunken microcontinent in the Indian Ocean recently. It connected Madagascar and India. Most likely the 16 kilometers wide craft or a base was located in this microcontinent in past. It may even have been a lost Atlantis mentioned by Plato. According to Plato, Atlantis was located beyond the Pillars of Hercules. The pyramids were called pillars in ancient time, and it matches very well to the sunken place in the Indian Ocean, marked by these astonishing pyramids around Europe. The northern base, framed and coordinated by the pyramid track, is situated in the Jan Mayen microcontinent under the Norwegian Sea. And indeed, there is a giant base, clearly an artificially made construction with a flat roof and a perfectly symmetrical shape. The width of the roof is estimated from 10 to 15 kilometers. And that's not all. It's close to a giant land art which presents a male's face. As you can see, there is a clear male's face carved into the seafloor. This part of the pyramid track is modern and was widely habited by an advanced culture at some point in history. The scale of these constructions is enormous, beyond the hunter-gatherer ape-human or human scale in every way. There is also a male's face about 40 kilometers away from this base, and not surprisingly at all, a triangle shaped as an eye there. Security cameras or weapons are directed to the road which leads to a large complex or a city. Geological name of the road is Agi Ridge, and according to geologists, it marks the initial breakup boundary between Greenland and Norway, along which seafloor spreading was initiated at the beginning of the Eocene epoch to form the Northern Atlantic Ocean. This large complex or a city may include also a temple. There is one about 5 kilometers wide entrance with rectangular sides and several with arches. Giant steps are constructed next to the entrances. Among all the other remnants, this place is also clearly an artificially made unity. As mentioned previously, there is also the same symbol of the ram or Aries shaped to the base as was at the base in the Indian Ocean. These things are not just mere coincidences in any way, all the contrary. Everything indicates an advanced culture spread around the earth in antiquity. We have many written sources, legends, tradition, archaeological remnants, and other visible evidences about this magnificent culture. We should have scientific scientists to study and make research in these sites and to take samples to get more detailed picture about all of this. We should also have a research center for Euripides of the Sumerian and Aryan or Germanic background to study these Anunnaki and Aryan cultures, because it's evident that so-called scientists of hunter-gatherer background are not capable to do science based on facts, especially when it comes to Anunnaki and Aryan cultures. And the evidence and the fact is, as you can see with your own eyes, that there was much more than just undeveloped ape humans and hunter-gatherers in history. At the end, sciences are developed by Proto-Sumerians, Sumerians, and their descendants Aryans. And first of all, it's their cultural heritage. Nowadays, the situation is that the descendants of the analphabet hunter-gatherers present themselves as scientists, explain nearly all the ancient cultural remnants of Anunnakis as natural formations. But as you can see, there's no place for blind natural processes in these sites either.